You did everything right. You listened. You cared. You showed up when she needed you. But she didn't choose you. She chose the man who made her wait, the one who texted at 2 a.m., the one who never made her feel safe, but always made her feel something. You were the steady light. He was the unpredictable flame. You made her feel calm. He made her feel alive. And deep down, that's what stings the most. Not that you lost her, but that you lost to someone who didn't even try. She didn't want comfort. She wanted chemistry. And chemistry, as you're about to learn, isn't built from peace. It's built from chaos. You thought attraction was earned through kindness, attention, decency. But attraction doesn't care about fairness. Her mind liked you, but her body didn't react. Because attraction isn't logical, it's biological, it's chemical. Her cortisol rose when he ignored her. Her dopamine spiked when he finally replied. And when he gave her just enough to stay hopeful, oxytocin made it feel like love. But it wasn't love, it was addiction. And the more unpredictable he was, the deeper she sank into the loop. Your steady love didn't create highs, it didn't trigger fear, it didn't spark survival. And in a nervous system shaped by uncertainty, predictability feels empty. She's not in love with him. She's in love with the familiar, the distance, the hot and cold, the anxiety that feels just like her childhood. He reminds her of someone, a father who was emotionally absent, a mother who loved with conditions, the praise that always had a price. She doesn't want pain, but pain is what she knows. And so, her heart follows the same blueprint, again and again. You offer healing, but healing feels foreign, unsafe, fake. You were never the problem. You were simply not her pattern. And until she breaks that cycle, she'll keep confusing emotional chaos with emotional connection. You weren't boring. You were reliable. You were clear. But clarity doesn't create confusion. And without confusion, there's no chase. Without chase, there's no craving. You gave her peace, but she didn't know what to do with it. So she called it too easy. She called you too available. But the truth is, you were just consistent. And consistency doesn't release dopamine like unpredictability does. It doesn't trigger the fear of loss. It doesn't feed the reward loop she's unknowingly addicted to. So she mistook your warmth for weakness, your care for clinginess. But really, she just wasn't ready for anything that didn't feel like survival. You thought your love could save her, that if you just stayed kind enough, patient enough, she'd eventually see your worth. But love doesn't heal people. Awareness does. And awareness only comes when they're ready, not when you beg them to see you. She wasn't rejecting you. She was protecting the version of herself that believes love must be earned through suffering. You didn't fail her. You just showed up too whole for someone still addicted to broken. No matter how soft your voice was, she couldn't hear you over her inner chaos. You can't fix what someone keeps choosing. And you can't love someone into loving themselves. She didn't break you. She revealed what you still believed. That love must be earned. That being chosen validates your worth. But her inability to love you says nothing about your value. You weren't too much. You weren't too soft. You were just misaligned with someone still fighting battles that had nothing to do with you. Let her go. Not out of bitterness, but because you finally understand that being good is not a performance. It's who you are. And who you are will never feel like enough to someone who doesn't feel whole inside. You don't need to be colder. You don't need to become him. You just need to stop offering warmth to those who only know how to burn it. Walk away, not for revenge, but because you're finally choosing peace over permission. You won't get closure. Not the kind you imagined, no apology, no explanation, no moment where she turns back and finally understands. And that's okay, because you're not here to be understood by those still learning to understand themselves. You're here to grow beyond patterns, to unlearn the need to be needed, to walk away quietly, without resentment, without performance. Let her chase her chaos. Let her call it love. You'll find something quieter, something slower, something that doesn't hurt to hold. And that finally will feel like peace.